everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel.
In the Guinness Book of World Records. So season 6 of Atlanta Housewives is the highest rated season ever on Bravo, ever on Real Housewives. We are still #1, Guinness Book of World Records. It was my first time being the executive producer of that season. It was not alleged, honey, it's true. It was the first time you saw the couples involved in it. We had Nene's Pillow Talk Party. We had Mama Joyce emerge, came to her disdain for Todd. Mama Joyce taking off her shoe at Kenya's best friend Carmen. That season was lit. The Mexico trip where it was Kenya versus Phaedra, and then Peter being called Patricia. Like, it's that season. I always think about Black Twitter when I'm creating shows along with my team. I'm always like, is this gonna make Black Twitter go crazy? Because if it's not, I'm not interested. I'm not here to produce shows for anyone else but Black Twitter, because I want my shows to be a conversational piece. I was at the barbershop this morning, and my barber, because I don't, I like to keep myself a little private. Barber was like, yo, I caught the encore. And I said, oh, okay. And she was like, yo, like that show is lit. And I was like, well, thank you so much. So I want my shows to be a conversational piece at the barbershop, the beauty salon, the Dollar Tree, the gas station, group text, all that. I created that show 7 years ago because I have a passion for girl groups. I grew up listening to TLC, Escape, SWV. I was this boy who was just obsessed with girl groups. So I've always been a fan of girl groups. I created the show 7 years ago because I felt that girl groups was a missing element in music. Long story short, I contacted Keely, Shamari. Yes, I had her before Housewives. Felicia Fowler from Cherish. I have Melody Thornton from the Pussycat Dolls. Farrah from Destiny's Child. Latasha. I had all this. So we went through 2 networks. So we went through 2 different networks. Long story short, the way it works in my business is you pitch a show, you shoot a pilot, and it's at the network's mercy whether or not they want to pick it up. Unfortunately, at that time, they did not pick it up. And long story short, I never gave up on this. I love girl groups. I love these girls. And I never wanted to give up on this show. So I'm happy that BET decided to pick it up. BET has a new executive vice president of Unscripted named Tiffany Williams. She's gonna kill me because she's very private. But she is the one who saw the pilot, and she was like, this show is dope. And I was like, I know, but do you want it? And we thought BET was the best home because BET has launched the careers of Black artists. And as somebody whose first job in television was at BET, I wanted to give back to a network that has propelled my career. And when you think about Black music, when you think about girl groups, every girl group on this show, BET has had a hand in breaking them as artists. I thought it was a great sort of like thank you to BET to give them this show. And like Funky Dineva said in his review last week, BET now has a show that's unscripted that really is the talk of the town, and I'm happy to be a part of that. So can you imagine the first day I met Kandi Burruss when she decided to do Atlanta Housewives? I was such a groupie to Kandi, and I thought Kandi did not like me when I first met her. Because if you ever meet Kandi, she's not jovial. All the girls used to give me like, yes, Carlos, and Kandi was like, hi. And I was like, oh my God, Kandi hates me. And she's like my favorite member out of Escape. So a few months later, I had to do her interview, and she said the magic word to me after the interview. Carlos, let's go gossip. And I was like, baby, you got me. Yeah, so because I have Love Marriage Huntsville, which is the big show on The Collective, Behind Every Man, It means that the shows that I create and come up with, OWN has the right to look at it first, hence First Look. So we are definitely very happy to have that, and to be able to produce shows for Miss Winfrey's network has been a dream, to say the least. And for this Black man with this Black-owned production company to produce shows for this Black woman and her network is what I've always wanted to do. I never wanted to not represent my community the best way possible. So to have Miss Winfrey's blessing and the blessings of the team at the network has been super dope for myself and my entire team. It's been good. In the beginning it was, but I think because Love and Marriage Huntsville is such a huge hit, now they're like, child, give us what you give. Like, clearly it's working.
Yeah.
And because Miss Winfrey and the team over at the network saw my success on other networks and other shows, they trusted me to give them an OWN tailored show. Love and Marriage Huntsville represented that. Bell Collective represents that. So they really do trust me to give them exactly what I give. Woo! So our season premieres Saturday, July 15th at 9 o'clock, and it's a fantastic season. You get to see what's going on between Melody and Martell being divorced. You get to see what's happening with Kimmy and Tisha's relationship. You get to see what is going on with the new couple that we're introducing to the show, because I got to keep up toes. And of course, Miss Wanda is back and making things happen. So it's a great season. It's a really fun season that is full of surprises. This season is a gag.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching Bell Collective. Bell Collective, again, to produce a show in Jackson, Mississippi with these boss women, y'all really went to town with that. Like, I appreciate us trending on Twitter and the love that y'all gave that show. I get asked about Bell Collective a lot. So again, it makes me happy to be able to create shows for the world to enjoy.